Good evening, namaskar सगळ्यांना. Once again, welcome. On behalf of MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited, मी वैशाली भिडे आपलं स्वागत करते आणि माझ्या सोबत आहेत.
गुड इव्हनिंग, मी ऍडव्होकेट रुपाली ठाकूर आपण सर्वांचं स्वागत करते.
तो MaxNyan स्पोर्ट्स गुरुकुल या आपल्या FB ग्रुप वरती आपण गेल्या 6 महिन्यापेक्षा जास्त कालावधी अनेक छान छान पर्सनॅलिटी स्पोर्ट्स पर्सनॅलिटीजना इन्व्हाइट करून अनसीन स्पोर्ट्स पर्सनॅलिटीज या आपल्या सिरीज मध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे सेशन्स कंडक्ट केले आणि गप्पा मारल्या. अशा सगळ्या वेगवेगळ्या पर्सनॅलिटीज बरोबर वेगवेगळ्या गेम्सची माहिती आपल्याला त्या निमित्ताने मिळाली. सो मॅक्सन्यांचं ओव्हरऑल विजनच हे आहे की टू डेव्हलप स्पोर्ट्समनशिप माइंडसेट अमंग्स युथ अँड टू क्रिएट हेल्दी वेल्दी ग्लोब. आणि ह्याच उद्देश घेऊन आपण वेगवेगळे पर्सनॅलिटीज बरोबर डिस्कस करतो. सो तुम्हाला माहितीये का की बॉलिंग हा गेम, टेनपिन बॉलिंग गेम जो आहे तो भारतामध्ये ज्या पद्धतीने आपण बघितला जातो किंवा आपण जाणतो तो मोर ऑफ जेव्हा आपण मॉलमध्ये जातो आणि मॉलमध्ये तिकडे बॉलिंगचं एक सेक्शन असतं, तिथे सगळा आपला युथ जो आहे तो तिथे खेळायला जातो. सो इट इज मोर लाईक एन एंटरटेनमेंट गेम. या आपल्याला सगळ्यांना ऍज अन एंटरटेनमेंट म्हणून ती गंमत म्हणून वाटते आणि आपण सगळेच तिकडे खेळतो. पण तुम्हाला महत्वाचं इथे आज एक गोष्ट आम्ही सांगू इच्छितो की बॉलिंग गेम, टेनपिन बॉलिंग गेम हा ऑलिम्पिक्स मध्ये सुद्धा रेकग्नाइज्ड आहे. याचे कॉमनवेल्थ, एशियन गेम्स मध्ये ह्याचं प्रॉपर कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह गेम म्हणून हा खेळला जातो आणि हे अनेकांना आपल्याला आज अनअवेअर आहोत आपण. पण आज आपल्याशी याच विषयावरती एक छान गप्पा मारण्यासाठी आपण बॉलिंग गेम मधले जे नॅशनल प्लेयर आहेत आणि अर्थात महाराष्ट्र टेनपिन बॉलिंग असोसिएशनचे जॉईंट सेक्रेटरी देखील आहेत अशा श्री राजेश लोटलीकर यांना आपण आज इन्व्हाइट केलेलं आहे आपल्या बरोबर गप्पा मारायला. जसं मॅक्सन्यान कायमच वेगवेगळ्या लोकांना इन्व्हाइट करते का, तर आपल्या या विविध खेळांबद्दलची माहिती आपल्या आजच्या युथला, आपल्या पालकांना व्हावी. आणि त्याचबरोबर आपला याच्यातला सर्वात महत्वाचा उद्देश हा असतो की मुलांना गेम्स बद्दल माहिती व्हावी एक, पण त्या गेम मधनं काय ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज आहेत किंवा आपण जॉब एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी कशा पद्धतीने क्रिएट करू शकतो मुलांसाठी, ह्या दृष्टीने आपलं काम असतं. त्याच्यामुळे आज मला आणि रुपालीला, आम्हाला दोघींना इथे खूप आनंद होतोय की श्री राजेश लोटलीकर सर यांना आज इथे इन्व्हाइट करण्यासाठी. सो सर, तुमचं खूप खूप स्वागत मॅक्सन्यान स्पोर्ट्स गुरुकुल या आमच्या FB ग्रुपवर. आणि बॉलिंग गेम बद्दलचे आमच्या ज्या डोक्यातल्या ज्या संकल्पना आहेत सो कॉल्ड, त्याबद्दलची आम्हाला क्लॅरिटी हवी आहे. तर तुम्ही या गेमकडे का आणि कसे वळलात आणि वॉज इट एन एंटरटेनमेंट फॉर यू और वॉज इट अ कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह गेम फॉर यू ऍट दॅट पॉइंट इन टाइम, याबद्दल मला जाणून घ्यायला आवडेल. सर काय सांगाल?
पहिले आय माय सेल्फ राजेश पुंडलिक लोटलीकर आणि मी राहणारा पक्का महाराष्ट्रीयन आहे, दो आय एम फ्रॉम गोवा. आय वुड लाईक टू थँक ॲडव्होकेट रुपाली ठाकूर अँड मिस वैशाली बर्वे फॉर इन्व्हाइटिंग मी हिअर ऑन MaxNyan and I mean giving me the opportunity to share about the sport I play. Just to begin with, the most positive thing about this sport is there is no age limit. Whereas you can start playing it from 9 or 10 years old. Even you can go to the mall with your parents or friends and have a game of bowling. But the end age, there is no such thing as end age. You can even be 60, you can even be 70. As long as you can stand on your feet and walk through and roll the ball, you can play the sport. But unlike other sports, wherein you can say like cricket stops at a certain age. Though there are senior cricket matches also available, but it stops at a certain age. Bowling doesn't stop. So that is the biggest motivation. Even when I'm 50, I can still play the sport. I am eager to play the sport for more 10 years. So that is the first positive point. Now, how I got introduced to the sport. It's like I was working in Bangalore for a software consulting firm, and since I went from Mumbai to Bangalore, I had a lot of spare time after office hours. So that is when I thought, okay, what should I do? Bangalore has a different lifestyle. It quickly, catches you, or in maybe some people may also go, maybe passing time in some different ways. But I restricted myself. I started going, I found a bowling alley. And just like everybody does, I started throwing the ball. And I found it's something different. It gives me the thrill if the pin is falling. So initially, I was an idiot player. So just like everybody goes to the mall and plays, even I started going. And somehow, I cannot call it addiction, but somehow I was attracted to the sport. So I kept going. And until a point that there was a tournament there in that mall. It's called G's Lanes, in a very popular place in Bangalore, which is Brigade Road. So they had a 4-lane bowling center wherein I went, and I played a competitive tournament wherein I was 9th. I would just failed to qualify the top 8, but it gave me that immense confidence. Okay, again I can come back and play the tournament. From that day onwards, I always, whenever I hold the ball, it's like I was ready to bowl out in a competitive environment. Okay, not a leisure sport sort of. So
Sir, is it a team game or is it a single?
It is a single game. It is a team game. When you play alone, it is singles event. But there are events at different levels wherein you can play doubles, you can play trios, you can play team of 5, and you can play mixed doubles wherein a girl and a boy is there. You can have a team of 5 wherein one girl is there, 4 boys are there. So it is, for both the genders.
But you just mentioned the thrill as a kaya. What was that thrill and excitement?
Thrill is like when you play a sport. Now with 10-pin bowling, there are pins standing, 10 pins, and you have 2 shots to knock the pins out. So if you knock it in the first shot, it is called a strike. So that thrill is different, because in the first shot, then everybody starts looking at, he had a strike. So initially, when somebody is new and they get a strike, it is all excitement. Okay? But there are 2 shots. Even if one pin is standing, in the second shot, you can play and convert that, take that pin and close the frame. So I could not, here on this platform, it is difficult to tell you what is the excitement, but somebody hitting the lanes and they actually roll the ball and the pins falling down, it is excitement. I have seen, if you see a novice in a bowling center, they'll just jump when they get a strike or all pins fall. Okay, so it is on a live location only you can experience what is the thrill.
So how yes, it is like point based, there's a calculation process.
Yes, initially calculation is a bit difficult to understand, but the more strikes you get, the more is your score. And the more close frames you play, like in a frame, you have 2 shots to play. So if, let's say in the first shot, you put 5 pins down and 5 pins are standing. So in the next shot, you have to take all the 5 pins. So you get a spare. That is, a frame is closed. So if a frame is closed, you still get points. A strike is there, you get more points initially, just to brief you in short. But if the frame is open, you are not able to close the frame. That means you're not able to put the pins down in 2 shots. Then it's an open frame. So that is the lowest score you'll get. So we have 10 frames. So if you get 10 frames strikes, then the score is maximum is 300. Okay. So there is a way of calculating that, which probably we'll discuss it at the end of it.
So sorry Rupali, but I think we should acknowledge आपल्याकडे सायली राहुल आणि शिल्पा देसाई आपला वॉच करतायत. So welcome both of you. Yes Rupali, you can continue. आपल्याकडे असे मधना मी सांगत जाईन की आपल्याला सपोर्टर्स कंटिन्युअसली येत असतात, आपले असे सेशन सारखे अटेंड करतातच. त्याच्यामुळे आपण त्यांना एक्नॉलेज करणं सुद्धा गरजेचं आहे फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम. येस रुपल.
वेलकम एव्हरीबडी, वेलकम.
येस. सो सर, बॉलिंग म्हटलं का पहिलं, वी बोथ आर क्रिकेटर्स, वी नो व्हॉट इज बॉलिंग. So this is very different. That ball is also very heavy, and you just mentioned ki they pins असतात, मग त्याचे calculations वेगळे असतात. So how it is means India मध्ये त्याला कसं बघितलं जातं?
Right now the sport is growing in India. In fact, I'll just share a small anecdote that once we were playing a tournament which was in Worli, Atria Mall, and we were returning back from Atria, and we were going home. So one of my friend who was driving, and in that flow he forgot to wear the seat belt, so we were caught by cops. Okay, and the cops asked us because the tournament got over at 11 o'clock in the night, so the cop asked where are you going, you don't have seat belt and all. So in short, we just said we had a bowling tournament. So the cop never knew what bowling is. He thought it's cricket ka bowling. So he was very excited. He even left us. He said, okay, go. So he thought that we are cricketers. So initially, now the sport is growing, but this incident was about 3 years back. So people still have to know about the sport. Yes, you want to ask something?
So what you consider, it is a typical game for masses, or it is only for classes? Because understanding this game is very difficult.
No, it is in fact not difficult. It's once or twice when you go to a mall, you start playing, maybe with friends, then it is easy. It's only the initial, holding back, because what happens is, I can say that post 1st April 23, now the government has recognized the sport. In fact, the Sports Authority of India has recognized the sport. So from 1st April 23, the situation will be different for the sport. In fact, if you have laurels in the sport, from 1st April 23, you may even get a job by taking the certificate of this sport. Okay. So it will happen in 1/4/2023 onwards, because now everything has been streamlined. The ministry has acknowledged the sport. Now it so happens that, let's say, when you go to a mall or you play, and initially the mall charges are very high. So nobody knows what is the next step. So they go and play with friends. So it's around 500 to 600 rupees per game. So what happens? People have those 2 games. That's all. They don't play more. But once you get into the professional environment, saying competitive bowling, we have a group in Mumbai called Bombay Bowlers Club. Let's say you play in that club. Then you get the same bowling center gives you the bowling lanes for 300 and 350 rupees, half the cost. So what you spend for 2 games, you get to play 4 games. So obviously, when you play 4 games, you will learn the sport more faster.
So या bowling game, competitive bowling game ची सुरुवात कुठनं झाली?
I believe Color Plus म्हणून एक कंपनी होती, ते ऑर्गनाइज करायचे bowling nationals from 1999. Okay, that is the first year I also played. I did not play qualifying rounds, but I started playing bowling in 1999. Now this company, as far as I know, the Color Plus used to have a excellent, wonderful nationals tournament. They used to have in Mumbai, and all over India, bowlers used to come to Mumbai, participate, and they used to come qualifying from different areas, and then they used to perform and whatever. It was a privately held tournament, but you can say the federation as such started, I think so, 2004, 2005. Tenpin Bowling Federation of India started, and they took the sport in a disciplined manner. They have taken it forward. Now there are a lot of associations of different states which are affiliated to the federation. So we have a Mumbai association here, Maharashtra Tenpin Bowling Association, and we are affiliated to the federation. So we have a tournament which we play. We qualify to play the nationals, and we go to play the nationals. Let's say if it is in Bangalore or Delhi, we go and play. But I believe, yes, you want to say something?
हा, म्हणजे मला याच्यात हे विचारायचं होतं की आता कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह bowling game and what is the difference between the entertainment bowling game that we see in malls and the competitive bowling
Competitive
games
game.
actually? म्हणजे ते काय फरक आहे त्याच्यात? थोडं टेक्निकलिटीज सांगा ना.
Yes, exactly. What happens is what you see in the mall, we also call it beer and bowl. Okay.
Beer and
So,
bowl.
beer and bowl. So what
Beer.
happens is a lot of centers, they promote beer and bowling. So it's like in US also abroad, there's a concept of beer and bowl. So hold a beer, have a sip of it, again play. So it is purely a leisure sport. Though in European countries, in other Asian countries, it is a big sport. There are channels dedicated to the sport. We don't have a channel here even for cricket that 24 hours it will run cricket. It's not there. We in between, if you see any of the channels in India, they run the other sports also. But in US, in European nations, there are channels which continuously play the bowling matches. Okay. Now, once you go to the mall, which is all fun, I think you should start playing the sport as fun initially. And what happens is when you play, you just throw the ball. But in your the lane where you're playing, aside that, let's say if there is one more person who is trying to play the sport little bit calmly, and he's trying to score more, that is when the attraction is there. The person playing roughly thinks, oh, this guy is playing very nicely, he's scoring more than me, so he tried to mimic. Even at my earliest stages, I tried to mimic. There was one gentleman called Mr. Jakes. There's a big company, stockbroking company called Prime Securities and Broking. He's the owner of that company. I used to follow him because he used to bowl straight, very disciplined. And I mean, that is how I started my game. So same way, if somebody is going to the mall and just throwing the ball, but if he observes that in one or two lanes, this on his right or left, there is a person who is bowling very calmly and he seems to be a professional. Believe me, he will try to watch him play how he is playing and he'll try to adapt. That is the transformation from a leisure sport to probably learning the sport.
So what are the learnings from this particular game?
Can you elaborate more what do you mean by learning?
Cricket मध्ये कसं असं, there are a lot of learnings like 11 players and all these strategies and all. So what are the strategies in this particular game?
First of all, bowling is like what happens is when you have a team game, bowling is also a singular game and a team game. So when you are with the team, all players have to perform equally better. If one doesn't play good, I mean, team is bound to lose. But you have here opportunity to play singles, wherein your performance is what matters. If you play bad, you are out. If you play good, you continue to grow. Okay, in a tournament. So what happens is, let's say about the sport. So it is when you go to a mall, when you see a ball lying there on the racks and you throw the ball, those are very simple plastic balls which every center has. Now what happens is the same ball is used by different people playing the sport. So sometimes there is sweat inside. Sometimes the grip is not as per what is required, but still the players will hold the ball and throw the ball. So what happens is the ball is not as per the thumb, you can say the palm.
This is what is throwing the ball, you mean to say?
Yes. So when yes, something like this. So when they throw the ball, they usually, if they throw a ball which is there at the center, they will hold it on the finger. So the load is on the finger, and that is not the right way to throw. So there are chances that they will also have injuries because the weight is on the finger and the ball is very heavy, 11 pounds, 12 pounds, 13 pounds. I use a 14 pounder also, but the ball what we have professionals are drilled as per our palm size. Okay, the holes there are exactly as per our palm size, so it rests on our palm. It rests here. So when you're swinging the ball, it is very easier than holding the ball and throwing. So it rests on the palm. So what happens is the stress is not there on your fingers. So it helps you to manage. I mean, otherwise you could have a finger injury. Here it saves.
Something like this you're saying.
Great bowler from US who bowls with two hands. He is not a finger bowler. He bowls with two hands. He's a very popular guy.
So this is something like what you are saying.
Yes.
He
Now you
rests
wait.
on your palm.
I would just want to explain to you what is on the lanes here. So you see there's a blue strip. Okay, there's a blue strip right in between the lane, and on both the left and right side, there is again, you can see there is no blue, it's just white. Okay, so the blue strip is nothing but oil on it. So there is a machine which puts oils on the lane, different formats. Each tournament may have a different format of oil, and as per the oiling condition, you have to play. So a professional bowler will have a ball which is again drilled as per his palm size, and he has to technically bowl in such a way that it goes and hits, the pins there. If you just put the camera on me, yes, it has to hit the pin deck just the way it is shown in the diagram, but he needs a curve. So what happens is there is a science to the game. When he bowls, if he bowls on the oil part, wherever there is oil, what happens is it will skid straight, and whenever it gets a dry patch, it will turn automatically. So if you see the shaded border here on the right hand side, you see 1 minute on the diagram where it shows the oiling pattern on the right hand side. Right hand side, yes, right hand side where there is a curve.
Yeah.
1 second, I got a call. There is a curve on the right hand side, ma'am. Just bring your arrow on the right hand side. More right. This is diagram on the right. Diagram on the yes. So if you see here, there is an oiling pattern which is little dark, then more lighter, and it goes, and then there is a curve which is shown. So what happens is when you bowl on that oil, it will not move much. It will go straight, and then there is a break point. It depends on how much of speed you're giving, how much of rotation you're giving to the ball. So it will go on the dry patch and it will turn inside and it will hit the pin deck. So it is called, the bowling style is called hook bowling, hook. Okay, wherein there is a curve, angular curve, and the ball will come inside. But most bowlers, if you see in the mall, those who play, they will bowl dead straight. So the ball will not go curve because it's a house ball. It will go straight in a straight line. Okay, because those balls are different. And what balls we have, usually that ball will turn a bit. So you need to be very accurate in where you're throwing the ball so that it turns and comes exactly to where it has to hit.
Okay. So we can say this is like, very accuracy. You can learn a lot of accuracy.
Yes,
and then you need power in your shoulder, in your fingers,
in the wrist,
as well.
In your wrist also you need power.
Right. So what happens is when, let's say, if there is a break point, okay, break point from where the ball will start turning. So if you see in the diagram, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, there is a little bit of oil, and then there is a white patch. From where on the diagram, white patch on the diagram, yes, on the white patch. If you come down, little bit down, yes, little bit up, yes. So that is the place where the ball is curving and moving. Correct. So when you throw the ball, the speed is important, because if you don't throw the ball in that desired speed, it will, let's say, it turns faster, more early, then it will not hit where it is showing now. It will go and hit at the corner pin. So only one pin will be put down.
So a lot of accuracy.
Accuracy is, so it comes once you start playing. So initially bowlers play straight. Once they get the feel of it, okay, the ball is going straight, this is what I have to do, then probably they drill their own ball, they have their own kit, and they move towards the professional side of it.
Nice. So Rupali, we also have Ghanasham who has joined us and he's watching the videos. Thank you, Ghanasham.
From Goa. Ghanasham from Goa.
Ghanasham Lotlikar. Thanks, Ghanasham,
okay,
for being on the show. And we would request all our viewers that if you have any questions or anything to share with regards to the particular game and with regards to Rajesh ji, then please do share on live with us. We can ask him these questions on your behalf. Yes, So Rajeshji, I would like to ask you one question with regards to तुम्ही कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह कडे वळलात जेव्हा, तेव्हा तुम्हाला हे कळलं कुठनं की कॉम्पिटिशन आणि मग जायचं कसं? सो इकडे सुद्धा असे काही, म्हणजे आता जसं क्रिकेट किंवा इतर स्पोर्ट्स मध्ये आहे की डिस्ट्रिक्ट, स्टेट, नॅशनल असे काही टप्पे असतात का?
Yes. So when I started playing first, I used to again go to the mall and focus and play. That is when I made friends. I made friends who were used to bowl at, maybe they started bowling at the same time when I started. So we made friends. We had a group of friends. We used to play together, but we had a disciplined approach. And that is when as I said, the Color Plus organized the nationals initially, and then there was a federation involved. So in 2004, the sport 2003, 2004, it started picking up. So we had a lot of good talent in Maharashtra. In fact, they play now also. They are one of the top bowlers. And we had the opportunity of Mr. You can say LJ Batija, who still plays, Mr. Liakatali Lambe, who plays the sport. They are all podium winners and also national champion. They've represented India at the Commonwealth, also at a World Cup level. So what happens is when we started playing in a group, it automatically gave us that competitiveness. Okay, I have to score more than the other guy. Okay, for which I need focus. That is one thing. Once there was an association in place, we registered in the association and started playing through the association. But before that, we were independent. Then everything was streamlined. There was a federation in place. There were association who affiliated to the federation. So we started going through the association and playing the sport. But apart from the association, it is also important for many clubs to promote bowling. So such club we have in Mumbai called Bombay Bowlers Club, which was very active even in between COVID, when there was an opportunity for people to come out of the house and start playing again. It was Bombay Bowlers Club who gave us that opportunity here with Smash Bowling Center in Lower Parel. They opened the doors for us for practice to play competitive games. So clubs are also important apart from association, wherein if you have a local club, let's say you stay in Thane and there is one center. So a center may also have a smaller club wherein they will have every week or every month a tournament. So you could start playing those tournaments. Okay. So once you get a feel of it and you want to move a little bit further, as I said, we have a Bombay Bowlers Club wherein top bowlers of Mumbai come and play there. So even there are amateurs who are playing with us. We give them a brownie. I mean, we give them a handicap point. So a new bowler, obviously, he cannot compete with the senior bowlers. So we give them a 20-pin handicap or 15-pin handicap. So even if he scores 160, his score becomes 175, 180. And we competitive bowlers get zero handicap. So we have to play to our potentials every time. So at times, maybe my game is not perfect. I score a 170. So the other guy who is new, maybe he scores one game 160, he'll score bigger than me. Okay. So we give opportunities to new talent also by giving them handicap points. So I request again on this platform, if you want to join us or you want to come and see how the professional bowlers are bowling and know more about the sport, you can always visit us at Smash. Okay, Smash is a center in Kamla Mills, Lower Parel. We also sometimes play in Ameba, which is at Kurla Phoenix Mall. We also play at The Game, which is in Atria Mall, Worli. And there is a new center which has come in Andheri Link Road, which is a short bowling center. They have centers in Ahmedabad, Surat, and this is the new center. So there are 4 good centers in Mumbai. We play mostly in Smash.
When are these competitions held? Is there a time schedule?
The Bombay Bowlers Club has a tournament every month, official tournament. So which probably they could ping me later. I can share my number and I could introduce them to the sport there. Apart from that, the association may have some tournaments which they can officially register with the association and play. And there are private companies also, like Bayside Sports is there, Ativo Sports, managed by athletics coach Mr. Liakatali Lambe. He also organizes bowling tournaments. So there are many tournaments happening. So in Mumbai, we are very much lucky that at least there are 2-3 tournaments in a month. Plus, we also go and play in Surat and Ahmedabad. So that is a routine for us. So every month there is a tournament in Surat. Every month there is a tournament in Ahmedabad. So there is a Gujarat Bowlers Club. So we go and play those tournaments. So
Nice.
I mean, once you start professionally, you could also go and play those tournaments. It's not that, again, there is a good prize money also when you play the tournament. You get trophies, you get acknowledgement. So you can start playing.
So what type of mindset you require for this particular game?
I think that is the most important part in playing the sport, because what happens is there is, I mean, all positives with the sport. But if, for example, let's say if I'm having a bad day at work and I come there and start playing a competitive game, it affects my game. Okay, but if you think the other way around, if I'm having a bad day at office and I'm just casually coming and rolling the ball there, like a leisure play, having fun with my friends, it also is a stress buster. Okay, so there are two ways to it, how you look at it. So I usually go also and play for stress busting. But when you're playing competitive, you have to be having a good focus. So what happens in the background is also important. So let's say you have bad day at office and you go and play competitive sport, it affects somewhere. But if you have a relaxed mind and you play, you will be able to score more.
Yeah.
So focus is also important.
Very true.
What we can say, it is an expensive game or what? Like, do we have to purchase anything? What type of accessories we require?
Expensive game because right now I mean, till probably 31st March 23, it will be in the leisure sport category. Though there is a recognition which has come, but I think things will start moving in the right direction from 1/4/23, wherein the equipment, sports equipment like bowling ball, or there are other things, thumb tapes, which helps you, otherwise sometimes you get a scratch on your finger while playing. So it helps you protect that. So there are a lot of accessories which for the sport, which are not available in India as of now. We also, if some of our friends go abroad, let's say they go to Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, we ask them to bring for us. So all these equipments now carry a duty, I think up to 60%. So if that is quashed after 23, we will get most of the equipments here. So then it will be easier for most of us to play with a proper gear. But what I think also should happen is these leisure centers, because it's a leisure sport till now, they have been charged probably an entertainment tax or whatever you call it by the BMC or the state government. So it adds to their cost. That is why even the centers charge the bowling games about 500, 600 rupees, because they have to also remove their cost. But thankfully for us, these 4 centers also give us a discount. Smash gives us the highest discount, 300 and 350 rupees. Otherwise, the game cost is around 600.
So then in that case, does every individual player needs to have his own bowling ball?
Initially, no, they can use a house ball or they can also purchase a house ball. House balls are available, but again, those are not as per your hand span. Okay, they are, I mean, you hold it on your finger. But going forward, when you be more professional, you learn the sport in a better way, how to bowl professionally. Then you can go and buy your own ball. You can travel, maybe if it's okay for you to travel to Thailand or Malaysia, you get bowling balls very cheaper there. So you can have a full kit. You can have 2-3 balls, because first shot is different, second shot is different. So in our kit, we usually have 3-4 balls. So if something doesn't work on one lane or a set of lanes, you can switch the ball. Okay. So which people will learn after some time, but initially they can buy a house ball. There's a company called Inco Mackel in Mumbai. They can import house balls for you, which cost around 4,500 plus GST, maximum about 6,000 plus GST.
So the game as such, what is the duration of the game? So how many games are there? How many hours does it take? And how much does an individual has to spare time? Like for cricket, एक inning 4 घंटे का हो जाता है.
Yes.
So
And
So
which
when
is
you
the
play,
right age also, because it is connecting to your question
to
also.
the physic
yeah,
also, so to holding the ball also. Yeah, right.
I'll just
I
give you a
think
small
that's a
example.
valid question.
Right. In 2006, first time I mean, Maharashtra Tenpin Bowling Association sent four of us to play the Thailand Open in Bangkok. So when we went there, what I saw is, I mean, I saw in the morning, there's a nice hotel there where they put up all the players, and there's a morning breakfast, nice breakfast. So we meet everybody at the breakfast table. You see different people from all over the
Wow.
world coming there and playing the sport. So there was a girl who's just 9 years old, and she was from Korea, and she was having a breakfast. I thought that she was somebody's daughter. She's enjoying a breakfast. But when I went to the lanes, I actually saw the girl playing the sport, 9 years old, and the bowling ball, what she used to play with, it was a heavy ball, I mean 14 pounder odd, and she used to lift it right behind and bowl it, roll it, which I mean, I also never used to do that. So this is the skill set abroad. So they could get trained earlier, and they have a proper coach and everything. But this was a surprise for me. So that incident, I mean, uh, I was little bit enlightenment sort of. Okay, 9 years old is bowling. So it also brings the maturity out from you. You should also be performing better, or maybe in a disciplined way, or in a competitive way.
Being a
So that,
federation, how what type of steps you people are taking for the development of this particular game in school or in colleges or something?
yes, as I said, the sport is, I mean, you can say from 2004, 5, the federation is actively promoting the sport. We have a couple of events in a year. One is the Open Singles National Tenpin Bowling Championship for individuals, and we have team championship wherein you could play as a team. So the state sends a team, a 2 or 10-member team. Then you get to play doubles, you get to play mixed doubles, you get to play trios, you get to play team of 5. So there are different categories in which you can win the gold medal. So we in Maharashtra, apart from I mean, there were the earlier lots who played the game very well, but 2006 onwards, once the association was in place, we got the first gold medal for team of 5. Okay, there was a, I mean, 5-member team, 4 men and 1 woman. We got the first gold for Maharashtra. After that, in 2012, we had a couple of gold medals. In doubles, we got it was Mr. Liaquat Ali Lambe and Imran Khan who played doubles, and they got gold. Similarly, a bronze was won by the girls team, the late Miss Nicole Campbell and Janita Shah. They were the two who got bronze for us. So, I mean, the medal tally will obviously go up now because a lot of competitive bowlers are there. Recently, there was a open tournament of trios in Bangalore, wherein you could form a team with anybody from anywhere in India and play. So I had formed a team with Gujarat boys. There were two of my friends. One is Gaurang and one is Somnath Patil and myself. So we won combined bronze medal there, whereas the team from Gujarat was placed second. They won the silver. This was in October 21.
So, being a
So
team member, how you coordinate with each other? What is your communication?
yes, before that, I'll just come to the point what Barbe madam had asked, that how much is the time. See, when you play a single, usually competitive games, when you play a singular game, there are two people in one lane. So to complete one full game, it takes around 25 minutes to 30 minutes. 25 minutes is the time which takes to complete one game where there are two players in one lane. Okay, and there are 10 shots. 20 shots, 2 shots per frame, and 10 frames. Okay, so in total there are 20 shots to play. 20 times you have to roll the ball. But if you have strikes, then there are lesser shots to play. So strike gives you the maximum score, but the duration is 25 minutes to 30 minutes. So when you play a competitive match, let's say you play the national, so at a stretch you have to play 6 games. So it is around 3 hours time. 3 hours of bowling you have to do, wherein you roll the ball, you take a pause, you again roll the ball. Okay? So 3 hours is the normal time.
Okay.
Okay. So such, when you go in nationals, it is like 6 games, 12 games qualifying. Again, the next 2 days, 6 games, 24 games qualifying. Then there are 4 games, 4 games. So once you play 32 games, then the top, you can say top 4 go and play the step ladder round. The fourth plays the third, the
Nice.
third plays the second plays the first.
Super. So Nishant Sanup is also watching us, and he too has acknowledged that he's liking the session. So thanks, Nishant. Thanks,
Thanks.
Ghanshyam. And keep watching, keep supporting, and do keep on posting your questions or your do share your views. We would love to have them here. Yes, Rupali, you can continue.
So my question was how you communicate when you're
Okay.
playing as a game, as a
When
team.
you're playing as a team, it is first of all the team members bonding is very important. So when we go and play represent Maharashtra, we make it a point that we have a bonding. So we have a lot of gossips in the room. We have gossips about the sport, and we usually have dinners together. We also have entertainment sessions in the room, wherein somebody likes to sing, he sings, we crack jokes, or maybe we play a game of cards to gel around. So once that bonding is there, probably it helps us on the lane, because we get to know each other. Let's say there is a new member in the team who has not played before, but he has qualified to play, and we don't know him. So when we have a bonding as such, have a dinner night together, or in the room we have some gupshup, so it helps us on the lane that we gel with each other very well. That is what happened in 2010 when we won the gold medal. In fact, there's a funny incident to it, that we were not actually gelling as a team, and we were placed fifth in the first round, and we had to just more games to play to qualify. And that night, it was like a get-together night for us. A lot of masti we did, and it reflected in the games the next day, that we directly from fifth position we jumped to the first
First
position. We beat Delhi by just 2 pins. So that bonding is important. But otherwise, on the lane, we don't discuss much how a person should bowl, but we motivate each other. We give a high five, or we try to pump each other. Okay, in fact, even if it's the open frame, no problem. You could score 2 strikes and increase the score. So what also happens is, let's say I play bad, my partner has the responsibility to cover me up. Or if he plays the bad, I should be mentally strong. Okay, his frame is open. I will now hit a double strike and add to the score. So it is all about bonding and how you think. Because in a team game, if you play bad, still you are losing. If other person plays bad, you're still losing. So it's better you motivate everybody to, one game is bad, fine. The next game he can score big.
Absolutely.
So bonding is the most important in a
So
team game.
whichever game we are playing, we need to support each other, and that
Yes.
is very
But
important.
there is a different approach when you play singles. Singles, need to be focused more, because you're playing for yourself. There is nobody else to cover you up. So in nationals, when you go and play, we are in our own zone. Sometimes even we don't talk to our partner. Sometimes we choose room partners based on if the person is gelling with us, because positive frame of mind is important. Okay. Or maybe if somebody wants to go and play the morning slot and I gel with him, so we both have our room partners, that we get up together, get ready together, go together, and go and reach on time and play together. All these things. So it matters. Both are different. Playing a single individual tournament is different, and playing a team game is different.
Absolutely.
But temperament you need both sides.
Yes, it's all about mindset. At Rupali, I think we work on mindsets. So of the students.
I think yes. Once some bowlers join us later, we could have a session even in Smash, when we can call a few of them, maybe 20, 30, and we can actually demonstrate the sport. We can absorb them to the next level also. Maybe we can give them coaching, free coaching, if somebody wants to start learning the game. We can have a couple of sessions of free coaching. We can tutor them on the screen, on the board, how that game is played. So we
And
could
it's
look
not,
forward to it.
so instead of limiting it only to entertainment, we can actually build up that competitiveness and the mindsets in them to, actually play it at a different competitive level.
Yes. In fact, Max Nyan can have probably a smaller group of their own, and we can conduct maybe coaching for whoever joins from Max Nyan, and then we could have competitions there also, so
Sure.
that they they improve their skills.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Any of the joinees want to ask some questions?
So yes, they will. So I think Rupali Lotlikar has also said that very useful for players. Yes, Rupali, you're right. Absolutely, it is useful for players. So it's all about the mindset, and MaxNyan also works on mindset of the students, of the youth. And the mission that we are taking forward is to develop sportsmanship mindset amongst youth and to create healthy, wealthy. And that's absolutely right. So you have rightly pointed out that aspect, and I think Rajesh ji has also shared it so well that every aspect of the game, so may it be any game for that matter, mindset is extremely important. So patience, temperament, focus, concentration, teamwork, and facing challenges is constantly important. And very truly,
I'll just I can also show some of the medals what we got.
yeah, sure,
Probably
sure,
a
why
couple
not?
of trophies, so that the joinees are a little bit motivated.
Yes, yes. And this game definitely has gained that kind of a recognition, and in the long run, definitely there are job employability options that are available for the students who really want to play, who really want to look at this game as a serious sport.
Yes. One more thing I just want to mention here. See, I would like to compliment again the Bombay Bowlers Club. Apart from the association I play, is when everything was closed, Bombay Bowlers Club gave us the opportunity to play the sport when nothing was happening. So we are a group of about 50 people, and we have been bowling right from 99 2000, and the older lots are still bowling. So we had one gentleman called Mr. Peter Chang. His original roots were from China, but they were settled, I mean, forefathers or whatever from in India. And he was a very thorough gentleman playing the sport in a very disciplined way. And I mean, unlucky for us that he passed away during the COVID times, just 6 months back. So we had dedicated a tournament in Bombay Bowlers Club, and I was lucky enough to get this trophy on his name.
Wow, wow,
wherein
super.
we scored, I scored a maximum 7 strikes in a row. So I got this trophy. So in the same way, there is a company called Bayside Sports. So they had organized doubles event, mixed doubles, all over Mumbai, and we won. I won the gold medal with one girl called Anushka. So we both played as a team, and all three centers we got the platinum champions. So this is from Bayside Sport. So we won it in Ghatkopar, we won it in Lower Parel, and we won it in Seawoods. So three centers we won gold. So this is the trophy. Then this is a medal which we won for the trios held in Bangalore.
Nice.
Team trials. And the best medal for me is the team of 5 gold medal.
Super.
For Maharashtra.
Very
which says
nice.
the Aircel.
Oh wow. Nice,
so
nice.
Then there are a lot of other medals also. Okay, one of them is here again, gold. This is for the highest average of the tournament. So I mean,
nice.
I have I think more than about 50 trophies, such trophies, right from 20 years old. But what happens is the first time somebody wins a trophy or a medal, it is then his lifetime dedicated to the sport.
Yeah.
Just that moment.
Very
so
true.
I would again,
most of the infrastructure of bowling is completely in malls.
Yes,
not in Gymkhana, not in.
Yeah, as I said, it was a leisure sport. So, but 23 onwards,
Yeah,
Probably
definitely.
maybe state government will give some place, then the association or any other clubs will
Okay.
have their own owned lanes. And then what will happen is they'll not be charged as per a leisure sport.
Entertainment.
Yeah, it will be charged as a proper professional sport. So
Yes.
you can get for 150 rupees the bowling game. Now it is more.
That's
But
nice.
thanks
Very
to
Very
bright
nice.
Smash again,
future for bowling game.
yes, but thanks to Smash Bowling Center and the other centers, we get it almost at 50%. So if somebody joins, then they will get to play at 50% rate. So they can always get in touch with MaxNyan, and we can have probably a syndicate of bowlers, and we can have a session for them. We can have a free coaching for them. And if they really want to pursue it further, we can take them forward. Because not
Sure.
necessary that if they throw the ball, they will like the sport. But somewhere if they have a liking, inclination to it.
Yeah.
And right now the situation is like, see, if we talk about 20 years back, there was a pool of great women bowlers in
Hmm.
Maharashtra.
Oh,
If you see now, there was Hindustan Thompson Associates president, Ms. Rakshin Patel played the sport at the age of 50. Then there is Shalini Mehta, who is the vice president of Kotak, who played the sport. So a lot of corporate women played the sport, and they gave a run for the money to the boys. So I mean, I would take this platform and ask a lot of girls to participate, because Maharashtra has a very limited pool of girls playing the sport. There are about 6 to 8 professional bowlers only. But if there are more girls playing the sport, the competition there is lesser as of now. So it will build on to the competition. There'll be we at least are looking at 20 to 30 female bowlers to play the sport. There should be some competition.
Hmm.
So
Very
if you see the nationals, the men play the sport, there are about 120 participants, but women participants are about 30 only. So we
right.
need to have that gap reduced.
Absolutely. Great. So wonderful. That was something really very different understanding about the game, because as I said, I was completely playing this game with my daughter when she was very small, with plastic 10 pins and plastic balls as a bowling game. So I was attracted to it as a bowling game alone. But the professionalism in the game and the competitiveness in the game is really amazing and huge. And that's something which is very nice. So this is an enlightening discussion that we had, Rajesh ji. And great, you have been a great national player for the country as well. You've represented at the international level, so it's something which is recognition in itself. And I think more and
Just to
more
be very
people.
straight here, that it is like there are two ways of playing the sport internationally. One is I got I was sent by the state to go and play, because in 2006 and 9 I was in the top 4 categories, so they sponsored us to go and play. And then because we won the gold medal in Delhi, the state again sponsored us to go and play in Macau. So that was the Macau Open. So I thank again the state first for it, because sponsoring, see, it is a different feeling again when you go and play and your state has sent you. So it is a
yes.
proud feeling.
Absolutely, absolutely. So wonderful job that you've been doing, and we will definitely.
Yeah.
As Max.
Before ending, I would also like to tell the viewers that go to YouTube channel, put Tenpin Bowling, or put Professional Bowlers Association. PBA is the international body. You find a lot of international players. You can see how they roll the ball. There are 2-3 different ways of rolling the ball,
Rolling the
but
ball.
you can follow one of them. There are wonderful women playing the sport. Okay, so you can probably the girls can follow women and like them on the social media, so that you get a track of when they are playing the sport and you follow them.
Sure, sure. So we will also want to, ask more and more participants, ask more and more youth to participate in this game, because obviously this game is going to get a huge recognition in India now. And of course, at a competitive level, at a professional level, definitely you can pursue this game, enjoy this game, and of course, any game for that matter becomes a stress buster for you, for
Not to
everybody.
mention here, sorry to interrupt, but also we are starting an IPL soon. There is IPL going on already between Mumbai and Gujarat players.
I was about to ask this question.
Yes, at a very professional level, there will be new announcements on the foray. Like maybe in October, there will be a proper IPL wherein bowlers from all over India can participate. A huge prize money.
Super.
So it is all in the pipeline.
Great.
So I think what I would again like to ask the viewers, or later on when you post this video and there are followers or whatever, you form a group. You ask them to join my MaxNyan and make a group. We will conduct a free training session for that one day. Then we can
Sure.
impart knowledge, and from there we can take it forward.
Sure, definitely.
Criteria for this joining this group, what will be the age criteria?
As I said, there is no age criteria as such, because when you join the group, there are
10 years.
competitions at a different level. So probably I can think 14 is the right age as of now.
Okay.
So 14 years, because at least they should be able to hold the ball.
Yeah.
And going forward, when there are, proper centers, proper coaches available here, then probably the age can drop down, maybe 10, 11, 12. But I think 14 to 16 is the right age.
Okay. Great. So thank you very much, Rajesh ji.
Yes.
And on behalf of MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited, we're really thankful for this wonderful session that you have given us. And
thank you for giving us the opportunity to promote the sport. It's a new sport. We want people to come out and play the sport in a professional way. So I think I have to thank MaxNyan more, because it is reaching, you're helping us to reach out to people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks to all the viewers for being so cooperative and so nice, encouraging and motivating as always. And next Friday, we'll definitely come up with a similar great personality, a great sports person. So do stay in touch and definitely join our WhatsApp or our Facebook group, MaxNyan Sports Gurukul, for the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.